You're supposed to be nervous, lads. That's all part of it. There's two ways of handling it. It tests you, or it can kill you. But it's how you deal with it, lads, and it's how you channel it. I know you're good enough. I know you're the better team. It's just a matter of going out and proving it. In terms of promotions, to have 3 promotions in 4 years would be unbelievable. We have done brilliant this season, and to me, you deserve it. You deserve to go out and do something to lift us up to that level. And I know you can do it. So if you're nervous, fair enough. Breathe it in, suck it up, get out, channel it in the right direction, and get yourself a win. No matter what happens, you're either going to be promoted or you're going to know what's needed to be promoted for next season.
It's pre-season at Newry City AFC, a team that sit in the 3rd division of Northern Irish football. First team manager Darren Mullen has just a few short weeks to whip his players into shape as they look to challenge for promotion from the Premier Intermediate League.
Someone had said to me 10 years ago I was going to be Newry's first team manager. You know, that would have taken a bit of convincing, but it's one of those things that I've worked hard at, and I'm a great believer in, you know, things are supposed to happen in their life for a reason.
However, promotion to the Championship will not be easy. Working with no budget and a squad from the local area, Darren must turn his players, including a number of summer signings, into a team before the beginning of the new campaign.
Okay, right lads, round the circle, red circle, down your soul, number yourselves 1 and 2, stand beside your partner. Just clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay, for those of you who don't know, clockwise, anti-clockwise, the other way. Remember, listen, anti-clockwise! He's a wanker. The whole season's going to be a learning experience no matter what happens out of it. You know, we'd be a better team for it. I'd like to think I'll be a better manager for it, whatever happens.
Having worked his way up through the coaching staff over a period of 7 years, Darren was handed the first team manager's role at the beginning of the 2012-2013 season. However, his dream job was put in jeopardy when the club faced financial difficulties just 4 months into his reign.
Well, at the start of the season in 2012, there were rumours that things weren't going well off the pitch. And obviously, we're just concentrating on the football. You know, we didn't know the ins and outs of it.
Looking back on it now, I've been in the pipeline for a considerable amount of time before that.
We assumed everything would be okay. We never thought for a minute that the club was going to be wound up until it got to a point where it was nearly too late.
After sacking their manager in February 2011, the club were taken to an unfair dismissal trial, which they lost. City were ordered by the High Court to pay out £25,000 in compensation. The club, and in particular the then chief executive, refused to pay the money, and ultimately it led to a winding up order being served.
You saw the resignation on people's faces. You saw people standing there knowing that there was no club, and I'm sure I know other people were, but I was in a state of sense of shock as well, and it was very hard to take.
The day we come down, Sean and I came down to lock up, and there was tears shed that day. It was a sad day, all right. I spent the rest of that season walking the streets, didn't know what to do with myself.
We sort of we were numb over the thing, you know, because nobody seemed to have a say in why we're closing down, and it was really, really hard time.
You know, it was devastating, to be honest, because, you know, I'd worked hard to get to that point where I was to be considered good enough to be first team manager in championship level.
At that moment in time, I thought that was it, gone. Definitely gone.
People had been saying to me that, like, you'll be back someday, but you were so annoyed and angry and devastated that you just thought it's not going to happen anytime soon. You know, we thought it was going to be years down the line, not a few months.
Like, Willie and me weren't in a position to do anything. We wouldn't know who to talk to, or, you know, how to go about it, getting it started again. It would need sort of, should I say, brainier people than us, but whoever was coming, we're going to get our backing to the hilt.
Players had no team to play for, fans had no club to support, and an entire city lost its footballing identity. But one man led the way as the club was relaunched in a new venture.
Darren Mullen was the main man, basically.
Darren decided to get a few people together, Jack McLaughlin, and a lot of boys that would be big supporters. Got the committee going, got the thing up and running.
You know, to go and put that amount of effort in to sit and do that, I mean, I know he said he was probably close to divorce a couple of times. You know, I'm sure there have been a lot of people who've been close to divorce because of Newry City Football Club.
I remember coming down the stairs, I think it was about 2 in the morning, and we needed a new constitution to prove that we were an amateur club. I was typing up the constitution, and she came down and she opened the door and said, "Have you finished?" And I said, "No." And I said, "Look, I hope this is going to be worth it."
To think about a club like this, starting back from scratch, whether you deem it fair or unfair, what happened to us, it's up to yourself to make your mind up. But I think that to get back up in such a short space of time, it's a credit to the guys who helped to reform this club again.
Relaunching the club under a new name, Newry City Athletic Football Club, Darren scoured the local league to find players who could begin the process of bringing Newry back to the top. Success on the pitch soon followed, with 2 promotions in 3 seasons, winning a cup along the way. Darren's men went from the 2nd tier of the regional league to the Premier Intermediate League, just 1 step away from where the previous club had been when they went bust. Now they faced their toughest challenge to date, winning promotion to the Northern Ireland Football League Championship at their very first attempt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Premier Intermediate League game between Newry City AFC and Myola Park.
It's the opening day of the season, and a win for City against Myola Park would be the best possible start to the new campaign. Newry storm into a 3-0 lead with goals from Timmy Grant, Marty Havern and Mark Hughes. And despite a late scare, they hang on to secure maximum points. Darren's men are off to a flying start, taking 10 points from a possible 12. With 10 goals in their first 4 games, Newry look every bit the title contenders they have been tipped to be. Now they face an early season top of the table clash with fellow promotion chasers Donegal Celtic.
This game here today, lads, we need to start being men. And that's just exactly what we need to do, lads. This is a big test for us, lads. I know it's only 5 games in the league, but at the same time, it's a big opportunity to put a statement down. We know now, 4 games in the league, lads, that we're well fit for this fucking league. Well fit for it. Get in, get the 3 points, get the fuck back out.
It's about trusting each other. It's about fucking being one. I'm fucking telling you, every ball we compete for, every fucking ball.
After going in front through Decky Carville's header, Newry, playing in purple, squander a number of chances to extend their lead. And they concede an equaliser right on the stroke of half-time. As the game turns into a scrappy affair, both sides have opportunities to score the winner, with the crossbar coming to the rescue at either end of the pitch. And with time running out, disaster strikes for Newry as DC hit the winner with the last kick of the game.
Never again do I want to see a fucking goal in the 45th minute of either half. Right? Never again concede then. We fucking kill off a game. We either keep the ball or put it in the fucking river.
I can see they're on the back post and we're not marking and we're called. We can't step onto the pitch, lads, and fucking halt everything. That's what to do.
Fucking wankers.
That's right. That's right. That's alright, lads. Bring the trailer, lads. Don't worry about it. They have to come here. Now, I say this, and it's not all going to be fucking rosy in the garden. It's not going to be this wonderful fucking fairy tale where everybody hugs one and all the rest of it. It's going to be fucking difficult. Alright? And they have every right to shoot in our lads because they fucking stole it because we switched off. Because we didn't put chances away. Because we didn't work hard enough for fucking 90 minutes. It's alright, you know, we're only up in the league and it's Donegal Celtic and it's only get beat 2-1. Fuck that shit. That's our first defeat out of the first 5 games. And it fucking hurts, lads. I hope that fucking hurts you as much as it hurt me now. But at the same time, if you learn from it, it's fresh now and it's fucking hurting. If you learn from it, then it's maybe a fucking good thing. Whatever you're hearing now, remember. And remember yesterday to bang the fucking door. So it's their home patch. If they want to bang the door then so be it. But see when they come down to our place then you go and fucking bang the door in and remember it then.
Should have been top of the league tonight. You should have got 3 points home in the bag. You should have been laughing their fucking heads off. A shite fucking team. Right? Tell me they're good. Shite. Tell me they're good. Fucking somebody tell me they're a good team. No, that's not a good positive thing. I've yet to see a team with half the talent that we have in this changing room. But you have to fucking apply it.
For Darren, there is no time to dwell on the defeat as Monday brings a number of off-field issues into sharp focus.
The end of a long day. It's now it's 9:30. I got up at about 7:15. It's my second girl's birthday. She became a teenager today. She's 13, so I was up for that. And then father's in hospital. He's not well at the minute, so I had to go to the hospital. Then into work, and I had to take a half day in work. I was away scouting for Everton in Monaghan this afternoon because I was driving back from Monaghan today. You know, I had to go straight to the hospital, and you know, you're thinking, you know, should I be doing something else, or you know, is it? I suppose you do say, is it worth it all because of the amount of work that's involved in it? I haven't even got any birthday cake yet. Just out the door, training at the back with the lads, and then tidying up here from the academy meeting. So it's been a long day. It's difficult, to be honest, because I have to balance the family life as well, you know, and do I do too much here? Yeah, I probably do. I'll be glad to get home now and sit and have a cup of tea and sit my feet up with my wife and watch a bit of TV.
Following that first league defeat, City aim to bounce right back with a win in their next game.
The pressure is on, lads. Okay, it's how you can fucking cope at this level. Can you cope at this level? Can you play your way and to stay in the team to make sure nobody else is getting your jersey? Alright? So it's not anymore arm around the shoulder, lads. The only way you enjoy your football is by fucking winning. The only way you win is by working hard. Alright?
3 points, not more, not less.
Listen to me, brother, I went to the heavens and back. So I know for a fact that you feel listen to factor. If you reflect on you love it and you move it. When your body gets moving, and then your mind will start killing it. That's never fucking stuff.
Despite getting back to winning ways against Newington, the victory pales into insignificance with the sad news that Darren's father Raymond has passed away following illness.
It's been difficult enough with Daddy passing away. He was football mad for me. He was no age, you know, and he would have been the biggest kid in our house at times in terms of playing football. We used to go back out the back square and where we lived and play football, and he would have been organising football tournaments and buying trophies for tournaments down in the park and taking us to football games. And you know, through when he finished playing, he managed football teams and he used to take us to the games along with him. So I was going through stuff with my dad. Some my dad's things. This is my graduation photograph. My daughters were laughing at me. She kept looking at it and she could see her zooming in on it and saying, "Have you got an..." This is my youngest girl. "Have you got an earring?" And I actually forgot, and I said, "Yeah." It says, "Why have you got an earring?" And you know, it seems really random now, like it, but at the time it was, yeah, it was the in thing or whatever. And getting it pierced in Newcastle at University and coming home with my ear pierced. My mother didn't know what to make of me at the time.
With his mind never far from the club, Darren turns his attention to Newry's upcoming semi-final.
We're hoping, first of all, to win the semi-final and then try and push on and get, you know, actually win the competition. And it's something that I said to my father, you know, when he was in the hospital and wasn't well. I told him that we'd try and win the cup for him. I know things don't always work out as they're meant to be, you know, and football's harsh enough, but at the same time, you know, it'd be great if we could. That'd be nice for that to happen. You know, it's not something you turn around and say to the players, you know, I told my father or whatever that we win this cup from, you know, that's just something that I'll keep, you know, within myself. You know, the players shouldn't need any other incentives than to go out and lift the cup at the end of the day. For me personally, yeah, it'd be something that I'd love to do. You know, he was at the cup final last year, the Premier Cup final, and it was great to have him on the pitch at the end. Unfortunately, that won't happen this year, but if we could get the cup, then yeah, it would be a nice tribute to him.
Before that huge cup semi-final, Newry play 2 home league matches, games that they must win in order to keep in touch with the league leaders. They lose both.
At the minute, lads, we aren't a good side. I think we started to believe our own hype for a while, thinking that we were going to come into this league and run away with it. It doesn't happen. The way football works is you have a chance to redeem yourselves again, but there's only so many chances you'll get. It's the semi-final of a massive cup on Tuesday night. So you need to take a look at yourselves, lads, and see what you want to do. It's still a bit raw after getting beat. You know, you never like to get beat, especially at home. That's 2 defeats in a row at home. It's something we need to rectify pretty quick because we have that semi-final coming up and we need to focus for Tuesday night. It's going to be very difficult. Coke are going to be coming here. You know, semi-final of a cup, anything can happen. And I said if we play like we did today, we won't be winning any games.
Having plummeted down the league table after the recent defeats, Newry's dream of promotion appears to be slipping away, and Darren and his coaching staff now know that if they can reach the Bob Radcliffe Cup final, it may well be their only chance of silverware this season.
You need to get out there, you need to get fucking wired into them as soon as you can. Put the fear of fucking God in them fellas. We have a fucking game to win. This is our fucking ground. Don't let them come in and take us about a fucking park. We win this fucking game. Do it!
Keep it simple, lads. Don't rely on anybody else to win this game. That's as fucking simple as it needs to be. You do your bit, do as you've been told, empty your fucking tank out there and we win this game. That's as simple as it is. You know you're good enough, show me you're commended enough. All right? Out with that.
Newry race into a 2-0 lead at home to Coke United with goals from Keith Johnston and Decky Carville. However, they failed to find a third to kill the game off. And Coke find a way back into the match as they score just 10 seconds after the restart. Despite trying desperately to hold on to their slender lead, Newry concede in the last minute of normal time. And with no further goals in extra time, the tie will be decided by a dreaded penalty shootout. After 14 penalties are scored, the decisive spot kick comes down to Darren's brother Neil. If he scores, he keeps Newry's chances of booking their place in the final alive. Miss, and they are out.
The past 2 months with my father and it coinciding with the results around, it's been pretty tough. You know, this is probably the first time in 4 years that it has been this difficult, I feel like.
Having crashed out of the cup in dramatic fashion, Newry are then beaten in the following 2 league games, bringing the total of their losing streak to 5 in a row. To add to their troubles, manager Darren is sent off during the 1-0 defeat at Limavady just after Christmas, and now faces the prospect of a 3-match touchline ban. Newry have now dropped to a season-low 4th in the table, leaving them with a mountain to climb if they're to catch current leaders Donegal Celtic.
The Coke game, I remember going home, and I was straight out into the kitchen. I was home and Dan says, "You home already?" She says, "What happened?" I said, "I went out to the kitchen." And she came out, and I was standing in the kitchen. And she says, "You all right?" And I says, "No." And I busted out crying. And because I think there was too much emotion with my dad and that and promising the thing and all the rest, and all, I got myself too wound up, and I'd say that's probably the roughest night out of it all. Maybe we need to hit rock bottom to push on, you know.
With the ceiling seeming like it's fallen in on Newry's season, Darren and his coaching staff call the players in for a team meeting in an attempt to boost morale and work out where they go from here following their dismal December.
Right. Right, lads, it's not a crisis meeting, hence the celebrations. Don't fucking give them the in corner every day, just bypass them round there. The only chocoholic diabetic you'll ever meet in your life. It's not a crisis meeting, lads. I'd say we're at a point, just a meeting will do us no harm. Bearing in mind the state of the back pitch and the state of some of the players. Look, we're at 9 games in, sitting now just before Christmas in our return to Irish League. We're looking at that ceiling in there falling down. We fucking sat, 5 years ago in that ceiling in the clubhouse falling down, and we had loved to be sitting 4th in the 3rd division Irish League. You put your arm off the start we made. So again, it's not doom and gloom, but I think just things need to be addressed, lads, and we need to just stop the rot a wee bit. The semi-final the other night at home, didn't sleep, but at the same time when you're back up the next morning, lads, and you're back at it, you just realise football's just fucking brutal. It is, and I spoke to the boys, I promised my dad on his deathbed I'd win that cup from him, and the way it should have worked out was Neil would have scored the winner in the cup final. It ends up, I know what fucking Neil did down night. That's sad fucked. You know what I mean? That's just the He's promised my wife he'll get me sacked. But lads, that's just the brutal nature of football. It doesn't work out in a wonderful fairy tale and all the rest of it. It is a terrible thing. You go from extreme high to extreme lows, but we shouldn't be in an extreme low. It's gone, it's dead and buried. We just have to get over it and move on, and there's no better way of doing it than back into a game.
That next game arrives with a trip to Bangor, and with Darren forced to watch on from the terraces as a result of his ongoing suspension, it's left to the players to get their promotion bid back on track without him. They get off to the perfect start as Kevin McCardle's early goal puts them in front. But things soon begin to go wrong once more as the home side strike twice to lead at the break. With Darren powerless to help, it gets even worse as City go 3-1 down shortly after half-time.
Icy gets a fucking run! Fucking run right across! A fucking free run! Jesus Christ!
Then the tide turns as Newry pull one back through Mark Hughes. And that begins the mother of all second half comebacks. Turn the match on its head, it also sparks a huge upturn in this season.
You're going to have to work for it, you're going to have to dig deep. Right, you're up maybe sometimes, whatever, but fucking hang in there. Get it in your head now. Should it take the 90th minute, you'll get the rewards. And if we keep doing what we're doing, we'll not be fucking far away. And all we concentrate on is them again next week.
Newry's recent mini revival means the race for promotion is now back on. While it's all going according to plan now on the pitch, Darren, after contesting his sending off in the away defeat to Limavady, eventually receives a date for his appeal hearing, some 3 months after the alleged offence had taken place.
You know, it says on the 70th minute, a Limavady player committed a reckless challenge resulting in a yellow card and free kick being awarded to Newry City. As this happened, my assistant looked up the line and saw Darren Mullen, the Newry City manager, approximately 10 to 15 yards onto the field of play, remonstrating and shouting in an aggressive manner. He shouted aggressively in his face, "What the fuck is that? You're a disgrace, fuck's sake." He tried to take him away from the dugout to calm him down when he called him cheating bastard. The language he's used there and the stuff, I mean, it's just pure made up. I wouldn't say that to anybody. And then when the referee came over, the referee gave me a red card, and you can see from my reaction the annoyance. But he didn't realise I was the manager initially. And then when he started talking to me, he says, "Oh, I didn't realise you were the manager." So he spoke, and I explained the situation, and he just said to me, I have to take the word of my official.
He now has to head to Windsor Park, home of the Irish Football Association, to learn his fate.
You know, it's another night I was away from home, another night to take the lads away from their homes as well, the 3 lads that are coming down with me to travel down to Belfast. And if they do uphold the suspension, then I'm going to miss 2 games, but I'm hoping it doesn't come to it.
Common sense prevails, and Darren is free to return to the dugout as the appeals panel vote in his favour. It's the end of March, and there are just 4 weeks of the season left to play. If Newry are to win the league, they must win every match remaining. And with Darren back on the touchline, they go on another incredible run of victories and are now bearing down on league leaders Limavady.
What the fuck do you want to do from now on in, lads? Do you want to go to a playoff or do you want to win the fucking league title? Come on!
ideal situation is for us to win the 4 games and win the league. And you look back in your career, you want to win league titles and you want to win cup medals.
After coming from 2 goals behind at home to 3rd place Donegal Celtic to draw, Newry all but secure 2nd place and a promotion playoff.
No matter what happens, should it be promotion in what manner, if we win all our games between now and the end of the season, we go up.
However, an unexpected league title is still up for grabs. With just 4 points separating them and the leaders, Newry know that anything but a win at home to Limavady in the penultimate match of the season will mean their hopes of a title are over, and their opponents will win the league at the showgrounds. The players are understandably nervous.
You have to believe now that DC will take points off them Saturday. That's the way it have to be. If it's a flip way around, lads, you have to think, right, okay, DC have taken points of them, now it's a game to win the league. That's the way it has to be. Not if, but, any of that shit. This is a game to win the league. And all you care about is now.
In a scrappy game where chances are few and far between, it's City who look the most likely to score. But they simply can't find a route to goal when it matters most.
Fucking head it, Neil! Fuck me, what do you want? Like, just put your fucking head on it.
Newry are hit by a sucker punch late goal as Limavady take all 3 points and, with it, the Premier Intermediate League title, dashing City's hopes of silverware and automatic promotion.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done. Right, congratulations, boy. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Well done, Paul. Yeah, congratulations, boy. Yes, yeah, congratulations. Yeah. Oh, well done, well deserved. Right. Don't be fucking despondent. It's gone. We give it our all. We played very, very well. Just wasn't to be. But you need to lift yourselves. Would you rather be sitting now in Donegal Celtic's changing rooms, in Myola's changing rooms, in Tobermore's changing rooms, where your season fucking finished? Our season is far from finished. Our season now is going to culminate in us winning a playoff. That's the way it's going to be, lads. And I'm fucking telling you now, I'll fucking, on my children's lives, we're going up this season. Imagine going back to the start of the season and fast forward to this point now and somebody said, you've got a playoff. Fucking brilliant. Brilliant, lads. And that's the way you have to take it. I guarantee you that now, lads. We will be fucking getting promoted here. But get your heads up. Get yourselves focused for beating Armagh City next week. Ideally, it'd be, you know, the story of the season would be, yeah, you go ahead and get promotion, but, you know, life doesn't work like that. It's never as rosy as that. This year's been tough, to be honest. It's been very demanding. 6 years in, your enthusiasm and the drive, it's difficult to maintain that. You know, this year's eating away at it, to be honest, and to the point where I've questioned whether I'll continue next year, you know. I mean, losing my father in the middle of the season was tough and still is very tough to take. I would say getting beat in the semi-final by Coke was one of the lowest moments in my life, never mind in football. And even that night I questioned about carrying on.
This is what Darren does. Football always comes first, doesn't it, Darren? But it's not as bad now as the girls are all up, so they keep me company now, don't you? Don't you keep me company when Daddy's away? Yeah, it was worse when they were babies, when I had to look after them, but now they're up a wee bit, so
You think I abandoned them as babies now from after that comment, wouldn't you? Like, yeah.
Aye, I know, but when they're babies, they need looked
Yeah.
afterwards. They can come downtown shopping with me and all now, and we can go out for a tea and all, don't we? And do all that and all when Daddy's not here, don't we?
In terms of promotions, to have 3 promotions in 4 years would be unbelievable. There's no point in saying I'm different or trying to play it down. It's the 2 biggest games in the club since it's reformed. No matter what happens, you're either going to be promoted or you're going to know what's needed to be promoted for next season. And I'm just hoping at this stage that the players do lift themselves. It'd be great to see those lads getting promoted.
It isn't long before the opening game of the 2-legged promotion playoff against Championship side Armagh City arrives. The first of the 2 biggest matches in the club's short but successful history.
You're supposed to be nervous, lads. That's all part of it. There's 2 ways of handling it. It tests you, or it can kill you. But it's how you deal with it, lads, and it's how you channel it. I know you're good enough. I know you're the better team. It's just a matter of going out and proving it. We have done brilliant this season, and to me, you deserve it. You deserve to go out and do something to lift us up to that level. And I know you can do it. So if you're nervous, fair enough. Breathe it in, suck it up, fucking use it. Get out, channel it in the right direction, and get yourself a win.
There is tension in the air as both sides start the game with a cautious approach. While Newry more than hold their own against higher level opposition, a horrendous tackle on playmaker Thomas McCann threatens to end his game early.
Hey, fuck's sake, ref! That's an awful fucking tackle! Oh, ref! That's a fucking terrible tackle. Come on, linesman, that's a fucking leg breaking tackle. Is that his fucking shin pad breaking? That's a terrible tackle. That's a terrible tackle.
One up coaching and one in. See, next time he's coming out.
What about this bench here? Like, I mean, you're concentrating on us. Every time we look up, there's about 3 or 4 of them. We're just close to you. Never mind, what about the tackle? Never mind people standing up.
Thankfully for Newry, McCann is able to continue. And as he pulls the strings in midfield, the home side are able to threaten at the other end of the pitch.
Oh, Daggy, unlucky, come on!
Then, a Newry combination of Mark Hughes and Jimmy Walker puts the home side in front, and the match explodes into an end-to-end battle for supremacy. Jackie Carville doubles the advantage to send Newry into the half-time break with a 2-0 lead. And they come out in the second half like a team possessed, trying desperately to increase their lead over the Championship side. Armagh, however, refused to lie down and come agonisingly close to scoring what would be a vital away goal. And Newry capitalise on the away side's failure to score when Keith Johnson puts the third past their helpless keeper. Johnston grabs his second and Newry's fourth near the final whistle, sending the home support into ecstasy. They know if they can avoid a heavy defeat in the second leg, Newry will be promoted.
Hey lads, credit where credit's due. Absolutely fucking super tonight. Absolutely brilliant. We've given ourselves an excellent chance. That's what we've done because we've worked hard. Now, I'm not of the mindset and I don't know how to go and not win a game. I'm of the mindset to go now and win a game on Friday night. Not to go and not to get beat, to go and win a game. Because when we play like that, lads, then they can't handle us. But it's half time. That's all it is, lads. You've given yourselves a brilliant opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't be getting ahead of yourselves. All you need to do now is think about winning on Friday night.
Home Park, home of Armagh City and the second leg of the promotion playoff. Newry's fans have turned up in huge numbers in the hope of seeing their side achieve their third promotion in 4 seasons.
Whatever's going through your head, and I know even through speaking to the coach staff, there's all things go through your head, lads, on the day of a game. You just can't wait for it to be here. And you have a wee fear in the back of your mind, what if, and all the rest of it. At the end of the day, what change would you rather be in when you sit and think of it? Do you like we're sitting here at 4-0 up or sitting in there? At the same time, lads, human pride and them being footballers, they're not going to go out and lay down. That's not going to happen. So don't be thinking you're coming here for some procession. So see when you get out there, lads, and the chips are down and it's difficult, I want you all, pick somebody. Pick somebody, whoever you love the most in the world, should they be alive or dead? Pick somebody and say, right, I'm going to do this for them. I'm going to do it when the chips are down, when things aren't going well, whatever. You think, right, I'm going to fucking do this for them and I'm going to get promoted tonight. All right, out we get.
Hide the rest, I'll hide my fear.
Newry are promoted.
Get in there!
Listen up, every one of you, and I mean this, I love every one of you, including Jarvin, even Jarvin. Okay lads, absolutely brilliant, well done, we are going up.
like these, what we live for.